All right. Well, welcome back to Head Kick Audio, Mr. Drew Gigax. He's got a big fight coming up. He's going to be fighting Ryan Rutherford for NFA. The number is 4, right?
4. Yep, NFA 4.
NFA 4, and you guys are the fucking headliner, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what I saw from the schedule so far. So news to me, but I'll take it.
Right. Well, I think I kind of let it slip with Ryan a little bit because I did interview him also. And when I was working with NFA to get these interviews lined up, they said hit up the main and co-main, and you guys were slotted first. So I'm kind of just assuming at this point as well as anybody else. So I'm fucking rolling with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Me too. I know. I saw the thing that said could change anytime. So I'm like, whatever. If I'm not, then I just get to fight sooner. So it's whatever.
Right. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day as long as you get to, get in there and do what you do. Right.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm actually pretty pumped for this fight, man. You guys are both two tall, lanky strikers, which is going to make for fucking fireworks. This guy's got a lot of Muay Thai and kickboxing fights. But through the tape that you've seen, if you were able to see any, what does Ryan do well that you got to keep
up? From the film that I've seen, I think he's rangy. He moves pretty well. He puts combos together well. I don't really think that there's anything I should really look out for as much as things that I can capitalize on. I don't ever really watch a fighter with, I should stay away from that, or, I don't want to look out for that, because, I think that's just one thing that comes with experience that, you start to see when you watch enough fighters or you have enough fights that it's not something that you're like more on the lookout for. You kind of just look for things that you can capitalize on. So just throughout watching film of him that I can, I do see things that, I feel I can capitalize on come February 20th. So.
Okay. And this is a COVID era fight, right?
Yeah.
So you get to be competing during these like restricted times. So what has camp been like getting ready for this fight?
Really, camp for me has been the exact same. COVID hasn't really affected my camp life, which I'm really thankful for. If anything, it's been a better camp for me because I have more time in my days now to train. So I can hit more workouts, and all my sparring partners, they're really disciplined as well. So I'm able to train with the same group of guys that I normally train with for a fight. I'm still doing all my conditioning rounds. I still get to do all my sparring rounds. I still get all my mitt work in. The local gym near me where I do most of my cardio, that's still open. So honestly, it hasn't really affected me too much. I'm just, coming in this fight just like I am any other, but I feel I'm a lot more prepared for this one than the other one. So it'll be a good one.
Okay, now experience-wise, where does this opponent kind of line up as opposed to your previous one?
Experience-wise, as in my opponent, or experience-wise, as in this fight for me?
No, for your opponent.
I think I saw something for him. I think he's had like 40 fights, roughly. I've had 27 fights. So, what's that? 13 more than me. I think we both have a lot of experience. He's fought some tough guys. I fought some tough guys. And at the end of the day, styles make fights. And I think we have two conflicting styles that will collide in the ring. So I think it would be a good fight.
Okay, and what do you make of NFA putting you in the headliner yet again?
I really appreciate it. I feel like they see how hard I work, and that I'm willing to fight like the tougher fights, and that every time I go out there, I put on a show. And you can see that within my fights that I do train year round, not just when I have fights coming up. I'm constantly staying in the gym, constantly watching film. I'm constantly learning, trying to get better and better. I'm looking for tough opportunities to, prove myself. So I feel like, they took a chance on me and believe in me to do that. I think this is a great example of me fighting Ryan Rutherford, a tough, experienced guy. He's really well known. So I think that they're putting faith in this fight, and I think they have the right to do so because it's two guys that are going to come to fight.
Well, I think so. I think this fight is going to produce a lot of fireworks. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for, anybody in attendance or anybody watching. on the streams. But I want to talk about growth for a second. Drew Gigax that last competed, where is he at with the Drew Gigax?
You know, that's what's so funny is when you watch film, sometimes you find fights like 2 years ago, even a year ago. My last fight isn't even out. It's hard to find, but it's just, you know, just the difference between changing gyms and now that I'm with Q and I have a really, really good team around me that really focus on helping me and making me better. You can see transitions in every single one of my fights. So COVID honestly was a blessing for me because we were able to really slow things down, because when you have fights back to back to back to back, it's, you know, staying in shape. I mean, yeah, you're still getting better, but you really focus on things for the fight. With COVID going on and me not being able to get as many fights as I wanted to, I was able to slow it down, critique everything that I wanted to fix, and, you know, better myself and work on some new things so that when we have another fight, which thankfully we got lined up, we can really show what we've been doing.
Okay. And during the quarantine, was there like anything specific that you saw in your fights previous where, you know what, this is time to fix that?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think anybody's their biggest critic when it comes to something that you're passionate about. So I don't know any fighter that can watch an old fight of theirs and be like, man, I killed it. Everything I did was perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think everybody will watch their own fight and just be like, oh, God, I can't even stand watching myself, because you know what I mean, what you're capable of, what you should have thrown in that moment, or how you should have thrown it, how you should have defended, where your foot should have been, where your shoulder should have been. You know what I mean? You critique everything of yourself, or at least I do. So, yeah, definitely looking back at my fights, I see, you know, things that I wanted to fix, and we worked on those. And yeah, so that's where we are today.
Okay. Now, again, this guy's well-known, experienced, very, very tough fighter. I think you guys both being around the same height and length is going to, you know, just make the fight that much better. But do you have a fight prediction for this fight?
A fight what?
A fight prediction.
Yeah, I think I'm going to finish him. I think I'm going to finish him in the first or second round. I don't care if it goes 3. Honestly, I don't care how the fight goes. But I do know I'm going to get my hand raised. He does have a lot of experience, but so do I. And I think it's going to be two of us, you know, really hashing it out in there. He's going to bring a game plan. I'm going to bring a game plan. So we'll see.
But you're sensing a finish.
Yeah, I'm for sure going to finish.
Okay, right on, right on. And after you finish this, man, what are we eating afterwards?
Pizza, wings, ice cream, anything possible. You know, it's funny. I keep a list throughout training camp of things I really want to eat after. So when the time comes, because after fights, I'm like, man, I really want to eat something, but I can't, you know, like what are all those things I wanted to eat throughout camp? Now I keep a list so I can eat them as I go.
There you go. And how soon are we looking to get back in there? Because this fight is right around the corner, man.
Right away. I want to get in. I want to do as many fights and make up for last year. Get as many fights as I can. In 2019, before COVID, pre-COVID, I did 4 fights. I had 1 fight that fell out, so I would have had 5 fights. So I did 5 camps back to back to back. So I was staying as busy as I could, and then COVID happened, and I got that 1 fight in January, and then was unable to get fights since then. I mean, as it is, K1, Muay Thai, the stand-up arts for fights, they're honestly hard to get, since MMA is just so focused as the main combat sport in the U.S. So not a lot of people want to, you know, take the chance in K1 or Muay Thai or sometimes even boxing. So it's hard enough to get fights as it is, and then COVID really put a stamp on that even more. So, you know, this year we're going to fight as much as we possibly can. I'm really going to turn around as quick as possible.
Okay, and well, that kind of, you know, brings me to NFA, because they're not afraid to put on these hybrid shows where they do some kickboxing, they do some MMA. You know what I mean? And they're not afraid to put a kickboxing bout in the headline.
Yeah, and once again, I think that comes back to, you know, who it is. I don't think they would just put anybody for the kickboxing as the main event. Like I said, I feel like they believe in me from previous fights that I've had for them, as well as the opponents that I'm willing to take on, such as Ryan Rutherford, who does have a lot of experience, has a lot of great fights. So I think they're putting a lot of faith in that fight. And like I said, as they should.
Okay, and I don't know if we had touched on this the last interview, but what has the playlist been for this specific training camp?
What was the what? I'm sorry.
The playlist. What have you been listening to?
Honestly, that's funny you say that because I listen to everything. It's pretty much whatever is on at the gym. But like when I run, I listen to a lot of Cuban music. Just the flow, the tempo really helps me get into it. I listen to a lot of 90s hip hop rap, and that's pretty much where I stay most of the time. So,
well, the 90s hip hop seems to be wildly popular with the combat sports, niche.
Yeah, I think just because like within that time frame, that era, it's I think the music is a lot more passionate. There's a lot more going on in the background of those songs than just the lyrics. There's always stories behind the words. A lot of the music, like I said, tells stories, but of the conflict going outside of the music, like like the Biggies and the Tupacs and Nas and the Jay-Z drama, like all that, P Diddy. You know what I mean? You learn all about that. So I think that puts an element into the music as well, because you're hearing these music, you're hearing these words, that it's not just words, so there's intent behind it. So I think that helps fighters, get geared up, put you in the right mindset. So whatever you're doing, helps you push to your top.
Yeah, see, I'm a metal guy, so you don't even have to understand what they're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, my whole team is like metalheads. They love that music. So we listen to that all the time in the gym.
Yeah, and that doesn't get you pumped.
I mean, no, not really. Just because it doesn't really hit the nerve like it does everyone else. But yeah.
Well, I guess it's a little bit different for me being a musician. I can sense, when it's about to break down or get heavy, and those parts where you just want to fucking pick up your chair and throw it across the room. So
yeah,
I can sense that stuff in metal. I can't really sense that stuff in hip hop too well. So
right,
a little bit different for me. But I mean, music is. Everybody's got their. How did you even get to Cuban music? Like, how did that happen?
Well, on my mom's side, my mom is from Ecuador, and so yes, we listen to a lot of Hispanic music when we get like family gatherings. So we listen to a lot of that, and then just I fought in Cuba for Team USA, and I loved the music. Everywhere you sat down, there was live bands playing. So I just searched on my Pandora, Cubano radio, and it's just when I run, it brings back memories from fighting, down in Cuba, and also just like the pace, the rhythm of the music. It's just easier for me to flow to when I'm running. So,
okay. Hey, I mean, whatever works, whatever gets you in that mindset. I mean, that it doesn't matter if you're listening to Katy Perry. I mean, if that's what gets you to where you need to be, then for sure, I'm all about it.
Yeah, we talk about that with like our other team because sometimes I know people that listen to R&B when they run. It's just it's whatever helps you feel comfortable when you're doing your thing, So.
Well, I remember there was a song by Kelly Clarkson, right? I'm a big fan of chick pop, like, and I'm not even scared to talk about it, right? Like, I play in a fucking metal band. I do this fucking MMA combat sports podcast, all fucking manly man stuff. But you get Taylor Swift on the stereo or Kelly Clarkson, it's going down. But it's happening.
Dude, everybody's got their guilty pleasure.
It's not even a guilty pleasure. I'm open about it. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but there was this, we were talking about slaughterhouses, right?
Yeah.
And back in the day, there was a job before they had the thing that shoots the spike into the cow's head, where they were called a knocker, I think, anyway. And it was just a guy, he had a sledgehammer and he fucking, bonked the ground beef on the head. And I said, if you give me a sledgehammer, an iPod, and some Kelly Clarkson, I mean,
job all day.
Since you've been gone, like, I could just do that all fucking day, all
That's
day.
Hilarious.
So like I said, it doesn't matter what you listen to get there. All that matters is it works for you.
Yep. Exactly.
And obviously, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, they all do it for me.
Right. Hey, man, it's whatever. Yeah, like you said, whatever gets you there.
Right. That's probably the first time that I've ever brought it up on during an interview, but I think it fit. You know what I mean? This is what we were talking
Breaking news.
about. Right.
Kelly Clarkson.
And I have been for a very long time. And like I said, it's not a secret. It just doesn't ever really come up in conversation because usually people are just like, oh, you listen to that metal stuff. Like,
Right.
yeah, I do, but it's not all I listen to. It's not all I listen to. As a matter of fact, I stumbled on this. I don't know what they are really, but I listen to a lot of Killswitch Engage. And there was a playlist on YouTube. It was titled Chill Switch Engage.
Yeah.
And it's like orchestra, like violins and pianos playing Killswitch Engage. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
So sometimes you happen upon shit that you didn't even know you were into. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You hear something like, you know what? I like that.
It's not bad. It's not bad. You'll have to send me some of this Cuban music. I'd like to check it out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just send me some links, and if I'm into it, I'll let you know. If I'm not, I will also let you know.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, so with the fight around the corner, camp's got to be tapering down. I know weight is never an issue with you. I mean, we're able to talk about food with smiles on our face, right?
Right.
So the weight cut's got to be, pretty much on point. You're looking, pretty sharp there. But, what's left?
Really, it's just honing in on, what we're trying to execute in the fight and, preparing, drilling. I think drillers make killers. So drilling is big. We want to be as technical as possible, minimize the room for error. So really just focusing on things that, we can execute in a fight and, come fight night, just subconscious movements. So.
And now I know a lot of fighters utilize like meditation and stuff in their camps. Do you utilize any type of meditation or anything like that?
I think visualization is huge. I think you got to train the mind just as much as you train the body. So, I do visualization all the time. Just, every aspect of the fight, pulling into the parking lot, walking in, signing up with state commission, getting your hands wrapped, walking to the ring, the first glove touch, face-offs, everything. Just because I think it really helps you by the time you get to the fight, you're just walking through the motions that you've already done. I also think having, almost 30 fights is also a good thing because, your experience, what to expect, even if you fight on different shows or different states or wherever you fight, the process is the same. So the only difference is this is a different person in front of you.
It sounds like you're fucking ready to go, man.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited for this one. I really want to show out, and I really just want to execute my game plan, focus on the task at hand. And Ryan seems like a good dude. He's got, like I said, a lot of great fights, a lot of experience. So I think it's going to be two experienced stand-up artists going at it. So.
Well, I think so. I think it's going to be a fun one. I think NFA, they're usually pretty fucking good with their matchmaking as it is.
Yeah.
And I think, them putting you in the spot that you guys are in is just, that's top-notch shit right there.
Yeah, and like I said, it's already hard to find K1 and Muay Thai fights as it is, but then, to be able to get matched up against someone with as much experience or more, and that is willing to, throw down is awesome. In K1, in Muay Thai, it's so different than like MMA and boxing because, your record, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, anything can happen that night. And it's just, I feel like with stand-up art fights, you kind of get more of the more equal level fights at any given show, any given moment. Two guys that are, confident in themselves that are willing to fight will meet anywhere, whether it's, big promotion, a theater promotion, anything. So I'm excited for this one.
I am as well. So we've already covered food. We've covered the playlist. I think all that's left. Have you picked up any new sponsors since the last time we touched base?
HKA is my main sponsor. He has been so great, Nick. He's the best, man. He's responds quick, gets you everything right away. Has your back. I think the other day he messaged me at like 3 a.m. talking about something that we were talking about. I'm just like, this dude works nonstop. It's cool to see him, really getting out there. I've seen him in like his brain in the UFC. I'm seeing it in One Championship. I'm seeing it everywhere now. So I'm really happy for him. Also, Bow Point is a sponsor for me. They're a landscaping business that has been helping me with this camp. And then Best Offer Homes is another one of my sponsors that has been helping me out. So.
Right on, right on. And who all in the gym has been helping you prepare for this bad boy?
My coach, Quentin O'Brien, he's my head coach. My training partner, Daryl Cobb, he's fought K1, MMA, Strike Force, Bellator, he's fought all of them. Julius Angelicus, he fights Bellator. My training partner, Byron Stevens, he's fought on big promotions as well. Aaron Highfield, Marcel Fortuna. Those have been my main group for this fight camp.
Julius coming off a big win too. He fought what is his name?
We were just talking about him.
Easy Polizzi.
Yeah, Polizzi. Yeah. That was a really good fight for him. He executed his game plan perfect for that guy. So. Yeah,
and Polizzi, he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy, and he can take a fucking beating, man. That was an impressive performance for sure, man.
As he did.
All right. Outside of that, man, I think just finish your mental prep and just make it to the show in one piece and have fun once you get there, man.
For sure. I appreciate you taking time out to talk about this fight. I'm excited for it. I hope when you talked to Ryan, he was excited for it too. And
he was very excited. He gave you you guys have both been giving each other a lot of props. You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah. So I think it's one of those things where
corn stalks is how he put it.
What'd he say?
He said it was going to be 2 corn stalks getting in there. Speaking about your dad,
right? Yeah, two tall, skinny guys at 170. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good fight. I'm excited for it.
It's going to be a really fun banger, man. I'm looking forward to it. Everybody at home is as well.
For sure.
So, like I said, just get there and do your thing, man.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for taking time out to talk to me about this. I think, I love fighting for NFA. Everything runs so smoothly. Brad Carey, Marlene Kelly, Drew and Grande, they're all, they all work so hard, and the shows are always great. So I'm excited for it.
Okay, and then real quick before I let you go ahead and drop your social media tag so people can follow you.
Oh yeah, my Instagram is at Drew Gigax, and my Facebook is Drew Gigax or / Drew Gigax K1. So on Facebook, so facebook.com/Drew Gigax K1. So you can follow me there. I post more on my Instagram, but it feeds to my Facebook. So yeah, follow me, follow the journey, and continue to do our thing.
Right on, man. Well, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. This isn't the first, and I guarantee you it won't be the last, my friend.
Perfect. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And it's always a good time talking to you.
Right? And we finally coordinated the damn thing.
Right. Yeah. Busy schedules, man. Busy schedules. But yeah, I'm happy we were able to get it done.
Absolutely. And, we're all wishing you the best of luck in your fight. All in your corner, watching you do your thing. Just go get your hand raised, and we'll talk afterwards.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, man. You have yourself a good one.
All right. Take care.